So because this is bonus coverage, we trying to get all of our settings set here so we can do this right. Don't have lineups for you, or starting lineups for these two teams for this JV action, but we certainly will keep you up to date on some scores and try and bring you a little bit of play-by-play if we can as we go along. So ready to get things underway here. We'll try and get a look at who all we've got on the floor. We've got, let's see, for the Hawks, we've got Haley Summers, Sam Kearns, Brooklyn Morrill, Quinn Tinsvold, and we'll try and get the rest of them to you as we go here. Let's see, we got Katrina Ryan and we got Katie Sherbarth on the floor for the Hawks. And for the Crawford Rams, who now lead 1-0, serving is Braylee Welling. Ryan with the tip that time, and that's a Hay Springs Hawks point. They tie it up at 1. So we've got Welling, Maddie Johnson, Emily Summers. We've got a 29, but we don't have a 29 on the roster for Crawford, as Quinn Tinsvold's serve goes into the net, and it's now 2-1 Crawford. And the mystery player number 29 steps back. We'll try and get a name to go along with that number as we go along here. There's an ace serve that time by Crawford. We've also got a number 4 that's not on our roster as well for Crawford, so a couple of players we'll need to identify for you as we go along here. But it's now 3-1 Crawford out in front of the Hawks. There's a joust at the net, won by Crawford, and it's now 4-1. So glad to have you along with us for a little bit of bonus JV coverage here on a fine October. It doesn't feel that far from August. October afternoon from Hay Springs as Ryan sends that one over. Big swing that time by the Rams. Tip 1 and put down, and that's Brittany Lemon with the attack for the Crawford Rams. So it's now 6-1 Crawford, as that serve is on the line and good for another ace. And we got a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and we'll try and get a lineup check and see if we can get names to go along with all of these numbers. Thanks for joining us for Sheridan County Journal-Star coverage of Hay Springs Hawk Volleyball 2014. It's 7-1 Crawford out with the early first set lead. All right, back to volleyball action. I think maybe we've got this figured out. That is number 29. That's Paige Parkins doing this good run of serving here for the Crawford Rams. We also had number 4 in the lineup. That's Alyssa Parkins. And another ace serve for Paige Parkins, and it's now 9-1 Crawford. And Parkins finally puts that one in the net, and that ends the run. And it's now 9-2. And Katrina Ryan back to serve for the Hawks. Good serve by Ryan that time. Crawford recovers and sends it back over. Katie Sherbarth with the attack. No, excuse me, that wasn't Sherbarth. That was Brooklyn Morrill on the attack that time. Comes back long, and the Hawks get one back. It's 9-3. Ryan back to serve. That one's short and in the net. 10-3 now. Crawford with the lead, and Alyssa Parkins, I believe, is who that is. Yes, back to serve for Crawford. Parkins' serve is wide, 10-4. Now Katie Sherbarth will step back to serve for the Hawks. And Brittany Lemon mistimed that. Something wasn't quite right. Didn't like the way that worked out, and it's now 10-5. Sherbarth having a hard time. Having a hard time with her and the ref and the whistle. All right, there she gets it served, and we're underway. Every time she'd toss that up to serve it, the ref would blow her whistle, and Katie would stop and wait. So now into the game, looks like we've got number 2. That's Skylar Smyers as Brittany Lemon comes out. So it's 10-6 now. Hawks making a little bit of a run here. Miscommunication that time, and Allie Dane not able to get that one up and over the net. Hawks back within 3. It's 10-7. First set action. JV game between the Hawks and the Rams. Great save that time. I think that was Brooklyn Morrill on the save. And it falls to the floor on the Crawford side. And the Hawks back within 2. It's 10-8. Well, the Rams made a big run, built a lead, and now the Hay Springs Hawks have answered that run. They've come all the way back. It's 10-9. Hay Springs down by 1, and the Crawford coach wants to talk this one over. First set action here in the JV match between Crawford and Hay Springs, and Crawford with the 1-point lead at 10-9. So each team has used a timeout in this first set. Hay Springs Hawks trail 10-9. And that one's on the line and in. We are all tied up at 10 as Haley Summers puts that one in for a Hay Springs Hawk point. Tough pass off of the serve receive right up to the net and comes down on the Crawford side, and the Mustangs, the Hawks with the lead at 11-10. That attack is wide. And now the Hawks with a 2-point advantage. It's now 12-10. And what a run by these young Hawks. They're now up by 3 at 13-10. And there's an attack and a kill by Haley Summers. So the young freshman doing some good things here in this JV game for the Hawks. There's an attack that's long, and it's now 15-10. Hawks up by 5. So the Hawks trailed, I think it was 9-1 when they called the timeout. They've come all the way back, and it's now 15-10 as that attack finds the back line. That'll end the run. It's 15-11. Still a 4-point Hay Springs lead as Skylar Smyers steps back to serve it up for the Crawford Rams. Everybody on the Hay Springs Hawks thought that somebody else was going to get it. 15-12. Hay Springs lead is 3. And that's a Hay Springs point. Makes it 16-12. And Sam Kearns will step back to serve for the Hawks. Well, that one goes out of bounds off Kearns. It's now 16-13. And Allie Dane back to serve for Crawford. Good serve that time by Dane. 16-14, a 2-point game. Good attack that time by Brooklyn Morrill. Sent that one right over, and it's 17-14 Hawks. And Morrill steps back to serve. And her serve is way beyond the end line. 17-15, a 2-point game. As Christina Parkins steps back to serve for Crawford. Ryan with the attack and the kill that time. Back to a 3-point lead for Hay Springs at 18-15. And Haley Summers to serve it up for the Hawks. And a little more confusion on the Hay Springs side. 18-16, back and forth action now. Now we're going to have a substitution as Brittany Lemon will come in and Skylar Smyers comes out. We'll bring in some offense into the game for the Crawford Rams. And just like that, it is instant offense as Lemon puts that one to the floor. That's a 1-point Hay Springs lead at 18-17. And that one's in the net, and it's a Hay Springs point. That's now 19-17. as Quinn Tinsvold steps back to serve for the Hawks. And that's an excellent shot by Brittany Lemon, and another Crawford Ram point, back within one at 19-18. And Paige Parkins back to serve. And that's an ace for Parkins. We are tied at 19. So Parkins will serve it up, tied at 19 in the first set. JV action between Crawford and Hay Springs. There's another ace. Makes it 20-19 now. And Hay Springs wants to talk this over as they call a timeout. So first set of the JV match between Crawford and Hay Springs. Crawford with the 1-point lead, 20-19. So 20-19, Crawford by one in the first set. JV action here on homecoming for the Hawks. We'll have varsity volleyball action immediately following this, and then varsity football action as the Hawks host the Rams in football action later this evening. Another Crawford point makes it 21-19. So each team with a big string of points, and since that time it's been back and forth and very close. Now Crawford with a 2-point lead and another ace. It's now a 3-point lead. They're 22-19. And time's starting to run out for the young Hawks. Now Emma Roberts will check into the game. She'll come in to replace Brooklyn Morrill. And they'll serve it right to Roberts, and another ace, 23-19. Paige Parkins with a good run here. And that one's knocked right down by Brittany Lemon, and that'll bring up set point as it's now 24-19. Won't happen on this one, though, as Parkins' serve goes into the net. It's 24-20, and the Hawks need to make a little run here as Katrina Ryan steps back to serve for the Hawks. And that'll do it. And so the Crawford Rams take the first set of the JV game, 25-20. So it is homecoming here in Hay Springs, and it's also Parents' Night. And so in the break between the JV and varsity games, we'll have Parents' Night and introduce the players' parents. And then before the football game, which starts at 7 o'clock, not sure if Parents' Night starts at 7 or if the game itself is supposed to start at 7. So you'll want to tune in just a little bit early. But we'll have Parents' Night for the football players as well. So a big day here in Hay Springs. JV volleyball action as the Hawks trail the Crawford Rams 1-0 in the JV action. As soon as this is finished, we'll have Parents' Night and varsity volleyball action between the Rams and the Hawks. And then at 7 o'clock this evening, Parents' Night and varsity football between Hay Springs and Crawford. So stay tuned. We'll be with you here most of the afternoon. We'll have to shut down, move, and set up again for the football game. But make sure you stay close by and tune us back in as it gets on towards 7 o'clock. So very glad to have you with us here for bonus JV coverage of the Hawks and Rams. So on the floor for the Hawks, we've got Sydney Tlustis, Brooklyn Morrill, Emma Roberts, Katrina Ryan, Sam Kearns, and Katie Sherbarth. Ready to go with second set action, and that'll be Sydney Tlustis ready to get it underway. Hawks trail 1-0, playing a best-of-3 match in this JV game here. And that one sent a little bit too long as Alyssa Parkins got under that one. Hay Springs out to the 1-0 lead. And they're going to call a lift that time on Braylee Welling. And it's now 2-0 Hay Springs. And that attack is wide, and it's now 3-0 Hay Springs. And another ace serve by Tlustis makes it 4-0. Hawks quickly out to the lead in this second set. And that pass just a little close to the net as Kearns couldn't get to it. Falls to the floor, and it's the first Crawford point. It's now 4-1 as Welling steps back to serve it up for the Rams. Ryan sends that one over. Set it up for Alyssa Parkins. And the Hawks, 3 tries, can't quite get it out of the net. Falls to the floor, and it's now 4-2. The 3 different Hawks had a shot at that ball. All 3 of them put it into the same place in the net. Cuts the lead in half. It's 4-2. And Ryan got a little more of that one than she wanted. It's 4-3. And we got a net violation this time, and that's Kaylin Nadella, who's now come into the game. Got into the net on that block attempt, and it's now 5-3 in favor of the Hawks, and Katrina Ryan back to serve. And that one won't quite get there. It's now 6-3 Hawks. And Katie Sherbarth knocks that one down for another Hay Springs point. Hawks looking good in this second set. They're up 7-3. And an ace serve by Katrina Ryan. And Crawford wants a timeout. It's 8-3. Hawks in the lead in the early going of this second set. Hawks trail 1-0 in this best-of-3 series, but they're out to a good lead. It's 8-3 in the second set. Back to volleyball action. Hay Springs leads by 5. It's 8-3 in the second set. Bonus coverage of JV volleyball for you here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. And that one is on the line. Katrina Ryan with another ace. She's had a couple of those in this mini run here. It's now 9-3, and good serving by Ryan. And as soon as I brag on her, she hits that one wide. It's now 9-4. Paige Parkins back to serve for the Rams. Big swing by Nadella that time. Puts it down, and the Rams back within 4. It's 9-5. And another Crawford point, 9-6. Hawks lead dwindling away after the good run of points on the serve by Katrina Ryan. And Kearns can't keep that one inside the antennae. It's 9-7. That one's a little too far into the seats for Sydney Tlustis. It's 9-8. The lead has been trimmed to just 1. And that one not even close. Hay Springs now leads it by 2 at 10-8. Katie Sherbarth with the serve. Parkins can't get to it. Falls to the floor. It's now 11-8. Hay Springs leads by 3, second set. And that one finds the back line as Allie Dane sends it over for a Crawford point. It's 11-9. Just a 2-point lead for the Hawks. And that one won't make it over. It's back to a 1-point game at 11-10. Hay Springs clinging to a 1-point lead in the second set. Kearns with the quick tip. And that attack is wide of the mark that time by Christina Parkins. 12-10, Hay Springs back up by 2, and Sam Kearns will serve for the Hawks. And that one's in the net. 12-11, Hawks by 1. Good serve by Nadella that time. That is an ace, and we are tied at 12. Now we thought we had a substitution. Now we back to having a sub, as now Skylar Smyers is going to come in, and she will replace Alyssa Parkins. And that serve is long. Hawks back up by 1 at 13-12. And now Emma Roberts to serve for Hay Springs. That one tipped by Paige Parkins and out of bounds. 14-12. Hay Springs now with a 2-point lead after the good ace serve that time by Emma Roberts. That one's into the net by Christina Parkins, and it's now a 3-point Hay Springs lead at 15-12. And Brooklyn Morrill with the attack that time, 16-12. It's a 4-point Hay Springs lead. And another tough pass by the Rams. 17-12, the lead for Hay Springs has grown back to 5. And Brooklyn Morrill hits that one into the net. 17-13, 4-point lead for Hay Springs. And I believe that is Allie Dane back to serve for the Rams. Crawford having a hard time with those passes, getting them to where the setter wants to be at. Another one hits the floor under the net at 18-13, a 5-point Hay Springs lead. And they'll get Clustis with the illegal hit that time. 18-14. Hay Springs by 4 in the second set. Bonus JV volleyball coverage for you on homecoming with the Hawks hosting the Rams. As soon as this is finished, we'll have Parents' Night and then varsity volleyball. And that's another Ram point. And now Alyssa Parkins comes in for Smyers into the front row. And back to serve is Christina Parkins. 18-15. It's a 3-point Hay Springs lead in the second set. Crawford already leads this best of 3, 1-0 as Emma Roberts hits that one right into the net, and it's back to a 2-point game, 18-16. Now Quinn Tinsvold comes into the game for Roberts. And that serve is wide by Christina Parkins, 19-16. Hawks closing in on that magic number 25. Sydney Tlustis on the serve, tried to set it, was Welling. She's called for the lift, and it's now 21-16. I say 20-16. Make sure we're right with the scoreboard. And the Hawks can't get that one out of the net. 20-17. So 20-17 is the correct score. And Braylee Welling back to serve for the Rams. 3-point Hay Springs lead. Trying to even this best of 3 match at 1 set apiece. And the Hawks able to recover and get that one back across. And that one's just inside the line. And it's 20-18, a 2-point game. Been close the whole way in this second set. And that one misplayed by the Rams. Gives the Hawks another one. They're up by 3 at 21-18. Katrina Ryan back to serve. And another ace for Katrina Ryan, 22-18. And we got another Crawford timeout. It's 22-18. Hay Springs leads it by 4 in the second set. We are ready to go. Hay Springs leads by 4, 22-18 in the second set. They trail 1-0. Best of 3 match. Crawford hollering that one was out, but they played it anyway, and that was out. Brooklyn Morrill didn't get the memo on it. And it's a 3-point Hay Springs lead at 22-19. And back to serve is Paige Parkins. That one, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Caught the top of the net, dribbled over, and that's a quick point. Brings the Rams back within 2 at 22-20. And that's Kaylin Nadella, and she doesn't waste any time at all with that one and puts it down, cuts the lead to 1. It's 22-21. Hay Springs clinging to a 1-point lead in the latter stages of the second set. Paige Parkins to put it into play. That one just caught the back line. We're tied at 22, and now Hay Springs wants to talk this one over. Tied at 22, second set between the Rams and the Hawks in JV action. Bonus coverage here from Sheridan County Journal-Star.net sports coverage of the Hay Springs Hawks. Stay tuned, coming up right after this, after the conclusion of this match, whether it goes 2 games or 3, or 2 sets or 3, will be Parents' Night for these volleyball girls. And then at 7 o'clock tonight, football action with Parents' Night ahead of the football game. Not sure if Parents' Night starts at 7 or if the game itself starts at 7. So tune in just a little bit ahead of time. Make sure that you don't miss out on the Parents' Night festivities. So we are tied at 22. Both teams, no, Hay Springs still has 1 timeout left. Crawford has used both of theirs. Paige Parkins serving it up for the Rams. We're tied at 22. As that one is returned wide of the mark, out of bounds. And 23-22, it is a 1-point Crawford lead. And that serve on the line. Quinn Tinswold was sure that one was going out. She laid off of it, and that brings up match point right here. It is 24-22, and this could close it out for the Rams. And so Brooklyn Morrill comes out, and in to replace her comes Haley Summers in the back row. Generally, when you get a replacement like this, the opposing team is pretty well guaranteed to serve it right to that incoming player. We'll see what they decide to do. Paige Parkins with the serve for the match. And it is long, just beyond the end line. And it's a 1-point game, but it's still set point as Katie Sherbarth steps back to serve for the Hawks. Hawks need to get this point to extend the match. And Nadella, that one was way too easy. Mistimed it in the net. We're tied at 24. Got to win by 2. So we're all knotted at 24 in the second set. Now we're going to check lineups. Everything seems to be in order. And we're ready for action. Tied at 24, second set. Sherbarth sends it into play. Nadella in the middle with a good attack that time. Quick attack that time in the middle by Summers. And the freshman knocks it down, and now it's match point, or set point, excuse me, for the Hawks. They already trail in the match, 1-0. Quinn Tinsvold just gets it over the net, and the Hawks are going to take the second set 26-24. What a battle between these two JV teams, and we'll play one more. We'll play the rubber match in just a minute.
Clint, can you mention at some point too that the football games will be on a different video, so they'll have to reload the page at some point?
And yeah, a technical note for you. You will have to, at the conclusion of volleyball action this evening, you will have to back out, and it'll be a different link that will take you to the football action. So stay with us here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. When the volleyball is over, you'll have to back out and click back in on the football link in order to access the football action. But we've still got a lot of volleyball yet to go, as we got one more JV set. And then we'll have Parents' Night and varsity volleyball between the Hawks and the Rams. Very glad to have you with us here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net coverage of Hay Springs Volleyball 2014. I'm not sure if you heard that coming through the audio. This third set will only be played to 15, so it'll be a quick set. First one to 15 wins, and then we'll be ready for Parents' Night. So on the floor for the Hawks, we've got Summers, Emma Roberts, Sam Kearns, Katrina Ryan, Katie Sherbarth, and Sydney Tlustis. And for the Rams, we've got Paige Parkins, Alyssa Parkins, Kaylin Nadella, Christina Parkins, Allie Dane, and serving is Braylee Welling. She puts it into play. We're underway in the third set as Roberts sends that one to the floor. Hay Springs out early, 1-0. And Tlustis back to serve for the Hawks. So again, we played a 15 in this third set. So very important to get out to a quick start as Kaylin Nadella puts that one off the tape, but not high enough, and it's a Hay Springs point. They lead 2-0. Paige Parkins with a quick tip, and that catches the Hawks off guard, and they can't field it. It's 2-1. Now we're going to have a substitution as Skylar Smyers comes in, and Kaylin Nadella goes out for the Rams. And back to serve is Paige Parkins. Good serve by Parkins that time. Tlustis sets it up in the middle. And Sherbarth knocks it down. 3-1. Hay Springs extends the lead back to 2. And Katrina Ryan back to serve for the Hawks. And not quite enough by Ryan that time. And it's a 3-2 game. That serve is way long that time by Alyssa Parkins. And it's 4-2 Hay Springs, and Katie Sherbarth back to serve for the Hawks. So if you're just tuning in, this is bonus coverage of JV volleyball action. We'll get to Parents' Night and varsity volleyball at the conclusion of this set. We're playing to 15 as we're tied at 1 set apiece. And that one by Parkins won't go. It's 5-2 Hawks. 3-point lead. We're playing to 15. Everything gets magnified. A 3-point Hay Springs lead. Roberts tries to send that one over on the second hit rather than setting it up. And it won't go. It's 5-3, 2-point Hawk lead. Skylar Smyers serves it up for Crawford. The underhand serve, going old school with it. An extended rally here by both teams, and now Emma Roberts didn't arrive at the same place in the same time as the ball and misfires. It's 5-4, 1 point Hay Springs lead. And that one in the net. Summers that time with the misfire. We are tied up at 5. And Summers in the net that time. It's now a 1-point Crawford lead at 6-5. Kearns sets it up. Summers. And we got Summers under the net again, having a hard time getting where she needs to be and staying on the right side of the net. It's now a 2-point Crawford lead, 7-5. Tlustis sends that one over. That one on the back line. And now that Crawford lead has grown. It is now 8-5. And Hay Springs calls the timeout. Third set. Playing to 15. And it's a 3-point Crawford lead. Well, thanks very much for tuning in. If you're here for varsity volleyball, you are in luck. After our bonus JV coverage is over, we'll have Parents' Night and then varsity volleyball. Later on this evening at 7 o'clock, here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net, we'll have football action with Parents' Night, followed by football action between the Hawks and the Rams. So Skylar Smyers back to serve for the Rams. Rams with a 3-point lead at 8-5 as we're headed for 15 in this third set. And Sam Kearns can't quite play that one out of the net. It's now 9-5. Now Brooklyn Morrill comes in for Summers. Quick tip that time by Kearns, and just over onto the Hay Springs side, and the Hawks can't deal with that. It's now 10-5, 5-point Crawford lead. Kearns with the quick tip again. Brooklyn Morrill with the attack and the kill that time. She'd had kind of a rough stretch, but she comes in and gets the point for the Hawks. It's now 10-6. Now Quinn Tinsvold comes in and she'll serve in place of Sam Kearns. And Tinsvold's serve is short. It's 11-6. Allie Dane with the serve. And that one knocked down by Welling that time. 12-6. Crawford inching closer to closing this one out. Good serve that time by Allie Dane. It's 13-6, just 2 points away. And that one is out just barely, but missed the line, and Emma Roberts will serve for the Hawks. They trail 13-7. And Roberts sends that one wide of the mark. And that'll bring up match point. It's now 14-7, Crawford. So match point for the Rams. And that one is out. So Hay Springs fights off one. It's 14-8. Now they need to run off 6 straight points to keep this thing going. And that one won't get there. And so the Crawford Rams take the match. They take the third set 15-8. And they take the match by scores of 25-20, 24-26, and 15-8 in JV action. So thanks very much for joining us for bonus JV coverage of Hay Springs and Crawford. Stay tuned. We've got Parents' Night coming up, and then varsity volleyball action as the Hay Springs Hawks get set to host the Crawford Rams. And as we get into the pregame festivities here, we'll make sure you stay tuned. We've got an interview with Coach Kylie Hiding of the Hay Springs Hawks, and you can hear her thoughts on last weekend's triangular and what she expects to see from this Crawford Rams squad this evening. So thanks very much for joining us on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Hay Springs Hawks Volleyball 2014. So just a couple of minutes away from Parents' Night activities here at Hay Springs as they're hosting the Crawford Rams this evening. So there was parents' night for the volleyball team. We'll get things reset and get a warm-up clock going and be ready for varsity volleyball in, I would guess, about 20 minutes. We got a 16-minute pregame clock, but we haven't started that yet. So stick with us. Glad to have you with us for varsity volleyball action between the Hay Springs Hawks and the Crawford Rams. Thanks for joining us here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. So 15 minutes to the opening tip between the Hay Springs Hawks and the Crawford Rams here at homecoming for the Hay Springs Hawks. Glad to have you with us here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net for our coverage of Hay Springs Volleyball 2014. We'll step aside and be back in just a little bit. We'll get some starters for you for both teams, and we'll have an interview with Hay Springs head coach Kylie Hiding. So stick with us. And about 14 and a half minutes left to go until the opening tip. Just about 5 minutes to go before the opening serve of tonight's match between Hay Springs and the Crawford Rams. Let's take a look at what Coach Hiding had to say earlier today about tonight's matchup. All right, having some technical difficulties here, trying to get Coach Hiding's interview to play. We'll see if we can keep working on that and get it figured out. Well, having some difficulty here getting that interview to play. So let's take a quick look at the starting lineups with 3 minutes left to go before the opening tip. First, for the visiting Crawford Rams, their starting lineup for tonight looks like this. Number 3, Kaylin Nadella. Number 10, Haley Hanks. Number 15, Allie Kleinlein. Number 17, Lacey Litka. Number 21, Caitlin Rudloff. And number 22, Brittany Lemon. And for the Hay Springs Hawks, they start tonight with the seniors night, or with parents night lineup. Number 2, Sydney Telustis. Number 7, Kate Roberts. Number 8, Jen Sherbarth. Number 9, Emma Roberts. Number 10, Quinn Tinsvold. And number 18, Katie Sherbarth will be your starters for the Hay Springs Hawks. We'll keep working on our technical difficulties, see if we can't get this interview to come up and play. We'll be right back. Well, we're going to give up on the interview. We'll see if we can't get it figured out. Maybe as we go along here between games, we'll see if we can get that pulled up. But the gist of it, the Hay Springs Hawks had a triangular this last weekend, and they dropped both games there, but they had some younger players that played really well, and sounds like maybe we've got some lineup changes to look forward to tonight, as we may see some younger Hay Springs Hawks in action against these Crawford Rams. This is an outstanding Crawford Rams volleyball team. They come into tonight's match with a record of 11-4. 3 of those losses came in the Sheridan County Invite, all on one day on September 13th, and all 3 of those matches at the hands of Class C1 and C2 schools. So their only losses on the season are to Class C1 and C2 schools. They dropped to 3 that day, and then they dropped 1 to Class C1 Mitchell just a few weeks ago. Since that time, since September 13th, when they dropped the 3 matches in the Sheridan County Invite, The Crawford Rams are 9-1, and they are on fire. They're playing some very, very good volleyball, and they're going to be a handful for these Hay Springs Hawks tonight. They come into the match tonight with a record of 7-18 on the season. And they're hoping that they can get some magic going tonight for this homecoming matchup and maybe take a chance at knocking off the rival Crawford Rams on homecoming here in Hay Springs. Just about ready for the national anthem, and so we'll stand by for that. There are the starting lineups for the Rams and the Hawks as we get set to go. We'll take a quick look at those one more time before the action gets started. Again, for the Rams, starters tonight, number 3, Kaylin Nadella, number 10, Haley Hanks, number 15, Allie Kleinlein, number 17, Lacey Litka, number 21, Caitlin Rudloff, and number 22, Brittany Lemon. And for the hometown Hay Springs Hawks on homecoming night, number 2, Sydney Telustis, number 7, Katie Roberts, number 8, Jen Sherbarth, number 9, Emma Roberts, number 10, Quinn Tinsvold, and number 18, Katie Sherbarth. So a little bit of a lineup shuffle here as we got a couple of seniors into the lineup that don't normally start, and certainly a nice thing to do for Parents' Night. We are just about ready to get ourselves underway here from Hay Springs. Best of 5 match as we try to get the camera set just right, give you the best angle that we can. And we are underway as Brittany Lemon's first serve for the Crawford Rams is long, and that puts the Hay Springs Hawks on top early, 1-0. Sydney Tlustis with the serve. And there is a big swing right off the bat from Caitlin Rudloff from the left side, and she knocks that one to the floor with authority. That'll put Haley Hanks back to serve for the Crawford Rams. And again, a very, very good Crawford team. They've not lost to anybody in their same class. The only teams they've lost to have been Class C teams. As Hanks' serve is long, and it's now 2-1 Hay Springs. So the Hay Springs Hawks have their work cut out for them this evening, but ready to do battle here on homecoming. Sherbarth's serve over. Good save by Tlustis, and just outside the line. We are tied at 2. So Allie Kleinlein now back to serve it up for the Rams. And Kate Roberts puts that one into the net, and it's a 3-2 Crawford lead. Kleinlein to serve it again. And that one's long. We're tied at 3. Katie Sherbarth back to serve for the Hawks. And that one in the net, and Kaylin Nadella can't send it back over. And so the Hawks back with a 1-point lead at 4-3. Kate Roberts with a good swing from the middle. That attack may have been long, but out of bounds off of Jen Sherbarth. We're tied at 4. Now Sierra McCants will come in to replace Katie Sherbarth. Young freshman into the back row as Caitlin Rudloff back to serve it up for the Rams. Set it for Roberts. Her drive returned wide, and it's another Hay Springs point. It's now 5-4 and a 1-point Hawk advantage. So Emma Roberts now back to serve for the Hawks. So 2 freshmen on the floor for the Hawks. Roberts and McCants. Deep serve by Roberts, and a collision by the Rams, but they'll get it over. They'll feed it to Roberts in the middle. Her attack is long. We are tied at 5. So back and forth action in the early going of this first set. Homecoming night from Hay Springs. That's an ace serve by Lacey Litka. Good looking jump serve that time. And it's a 1-point Crawford lead at 6-5. And that jump serve is hard to handle. Hay Springs having a devil of a time with it. That's 2 straight aces for Litka. It's now 7-5 Crawford. When that jump serve is working, it dives over the net so hard, and it's tough to get underneath of it. And that one in the net, and that's a Hay Springs point. It's now 7-6, and now Quinn Tinsvold will give way to Tana Badge. She'll come in to serve it up. Kate Roberts finds the back corner. Couldn't have teed it up any more nicely for her if you would have tried. We are tied at 7. Litka. Excuse me, that wasn't Litka. That was Litka on the set. And that's Brittany Lemon on the attack. And that one's in the net. And the Hawks now with a 1-point lead at 8-7. Brittany Lemon again on the attack, but dug out. Nadella sends it over, but dug again in the back corner. And that one falls to the floor. Hay Springs can't get everybody on the same page. And it's a 1-point Hay Springs lead at 8-7. And Kaylin Nadella now back to serve it up for the Rams. And that one in the net, 9-8. A 1-point Hay Springs lead, and Kate Roberts back to serve. Emma Roberts sets it up for Jen Sherbarth. Her drive to the back corner. There's a big swing from the left side, and that's Allie Kleinlein, but Hawks field it and send it back over. Brittany Lemon from the middle. Good block by McCants right in the middle. And another block. McCants with 2 solo blocks. McCants playing huge in the middle of the front line for the Hawks here. That's 3 blocks just on this rally. Now McCants on the attack, takes a little bit off. It finds the floor. What a great rally that time. And a one-girl wrecking crew. Sierra McCants, 3 solo blocks and the kill gives the Hay Springs Hawks a 2-point lead at 10-8 here in the first set. Serving the greater Sandhills with locations in Hay Springs, Harrison, and Alliance. Locally owned, locally focused. The Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking. SandhillsState.com, member FDIC. And Farm Bureau Financial Services, they're offering home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance. They have offices in Gordon, Hay Springs, and Alliance. Give them a call at 638-4566. So what a rally that time by the young freshman Sierra McCants. Hay Springs with a 2-point lead in the early going here, 10-8, and Kate Roberts back to serve it up for the Hawks. Litka sends that one over. Emma Roberts can't do much but tap it, and that's going to fall on the Crawford side. Crawford having trouble with their defense now, and it's 11-8. It's a 3-point Hay Springs lead. And that one finds the back corner. Ace serve by Kate Roberts. Stuck that one right where nobody could get to it. It's now 12-8, a 4-point Hay Springs lead in the first set. And another ace serve by Roberts. She's got that back corner figured out. The Hay Springs up by 5 at 13-8. That one hits the roof and comes back down, but Crawford adjusts, and they'll get it over. Now Hay Springs goes to work. Emma Roberts for McCants, blocked in the middle. Roberts sets it for Jen Sherbarth, blocked again, and sent back over. They'll say 4 hits on the Hawks, and that ends the run, but it's 13-9. And now Lemon will give way to Paige Parkins, who will come in to serve for the Rams. Hay Springs leads by 4, 13-9. And Paige Parkins serves it long. Easy point for the Hawks. It's 14-9. And Sydney Telustis back to serve it up for the Hawks. And a good tip that time by the Rams. Catches the Hay Springs Hawks off guard. It's 14-10. And now Haley Hanks will serve for the Rams. And Kate Roberts got that one a little close to the net. Telustis had a hard time finding it. It's 14-11. Hay Springs by 3. McCants from the middle. Can't get much on it. Dug out by the Rams. Good drive and an even better dig by the Hawks. Back to work. And that one will find the floor. Now they're going to say no. They're going to say a net violation on the Rams. That's a Hay Springs point. It's now 15-11 as Jen Sherbarth goes back to serve it up for the Hawks. Set it up in the middle for Rudloff. She has to tip it. They'll send it over to Emma Roberts. She puts it across. Litka for Rudloff. That one off the tape and out of bounds. No touch by the Hay Springs defender, and that one is wide of the mark. It's back to a 5-point Hay Springs lead. It's 16-11. Hanks sets it up for Litka on the left side and got Jen Sherbarth leaning the wrong way. 16-12. So Allie Kleinlein now to serve for Crawford. And her serve is long. So several service errors for the Rams in this first set. Back to a 5-point Hay Springs lead. Sierra McCants serves it up. Rudloff with the drive. McCants with the dig. Tlustis somehow pops that one up and over the net. And they go back to work. This is Nadella on the left side. Dug out well by Jen Sherbarth that time. And now McCants will send it over, but she's wide of the mark. And it's 17-13, 4-point lead, as now Brittany Lemon comes in and Paige Parkins will go out. And Caitlin Rudloff back to serve for the Rams. And Roberts not where she wanted to put that one. Emma Roberts sends the free ball over. Nadella from the left side. That's off of McCants and out of bounds for a Crawford point. Back within 3 come the Rams. It's 17-14. Now Whitney Hiding comes into the game for Sydney Tlustis. And she'll come in to play the back row. Caitlin Rudloff with the serve. Kate Roberts off the block of Brittany Lemon and down for a Hay Springs point. It's 18-14. Now Emma Roberts back to do the serving for the Hawks. 4-point Hay Springs advantage. Nadella sends that one over, but wide of the mark, and it's 19-14. So the Hay Springs Hawks have come out firing on all cylinders in this first set. Good serve by Emma Roberts that time. Hanks has to send the free ball over. McCants fields it. Emma Roberts up for Kate Roberts in the middle, and she can't get enough on it. In the net, 19-15 now. And Lacey Litka back to serve. As now Sydney Jancic comes in, she'll replace Emma Roberts. Come in to play the front row. Litka with that jump serve. And we've got I believe it's a rotation violation this time on the Crawford Rams, and it's a Hay Springs Hawk point, 20-15. Tana Badge back to serve, long, deep serve. Litka sets it up in the middle. Nadella sends that one over. Jancic sets it up in the middle for Kate Roberts. She finds the floor in a hurry with it. It's 21-15. Well, Kate Roberts has had some room to work in the middle tonight. They'll set it up for Brittany Lemon in the middle. Dug out by Badge. Hiding sends it over. Brittany Lemon in the middle, off the block of Kate Roberts and down to the floor. It's 21-16. Still a 5-point Hawk lead. And Kaylin Nadella will serve for the Rams. Hiding up for Jen Sherbarth, off the block, tipped back over. Hiding for Jancic, she tips it. Big swing that time from the left side by Allie Kleinlein, and another Ram point. It's 21-17. Kaylin Nadella with the serve. And an ace serve that time by Nadella. Back within 3 now are the Rams at 21-18. Sydney Jancic sends it across. The Rams ready to go to work. They'll feed Lemon in the middle. Blocked by Kate Roberts. Solo block by Kate Roberts makes it 22-18. The Hawks have played big at the front line tonight. And that serve by Roberts is long, 22-19. And now Brittany Lemon to serve for the Rams. Jen Sherbar sends that one to the back corner. Kaylin Nadella just barely drops it over. McCants timed her jump. It caught in the top of the net, and that threw everything off. 2-point lead for the Hay Springs Hawks. It's 22-20. Miscommunication there by the Hawks. Now Rams running into each other. And when in doubt, getting it to Caitlin Rudloff. She takes a big swing and sends that one off the Hay Springs block or Hay Springs defender and out of bounds. It's a 1-point game in the first set. It's 22-21. Hay Springs by 1. Stop by your local Sandhill State Bank in Hay Springs, Harrison, or Alliance to learn more about the Tumbleweed checking account and current CD specials, or visit us online at sandhillstate.com. Sandhill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking. Member FDIC. And Farm Bureau Financial Services agents Ted and Rhonda Basagio, they protect your future and your livelihood. They have offices in Gordon, Hay Springs, and Alliance. Give them a call at 638-4566. So Hay Springs clinging to a 1-point lead, 22-21. And Brittany Lemon back to serve for the Crawford Rams. Good serve that time. Tip down, and we've got a tie ball game. Not where the Hawks wanted to put it on that serve receive. So a tie ball game at 22. And that one is in the net. Hay Springs leads by 1, 23-22, and Whitney Hiding back to serve it up for the Hawks. Rudloff sends that one over. Hiding sets it up. McCants in the middle, off the blocker. But Hanks is there to field it. Big swing and down. That's Allie Kleinlein. We are tied at 23. So Haley Hanks back to serve for the Rams. And that is an ace serve. Dropped it in right in front of Kate Roberts. And just like that, it's 24-23. And Crawford now with a chance to close this one out. It's 24-23 and set point now for the Rams. Hanks with the serve. Hiding sets it up for Jancic, and her attack is long. And Crawford comes back late in this first set to take it 25-23. So Crawford takes the first set and a 1-set-to-none advantage in this best-of-5 match with the Hay Springs Hawks. So it's 1-0 Crawford. At Sandhill State Bank, we didn't set out to build something new. We just wanted to create a bank that was a good fit in our communities. Locally owned by families who wanted to invest in their hometowns, we do what's best for the people and the places that we love. For instance, right now you can get 0.75 APY on a 6-month CD when you open a new checking account. Just our way of saying thank you. Sandhill State Bank with full-service branch locations in Hay Springs, Harrison, and Alliance. Visit sandhillstate.com, member FDIC. And Monster Brew Coffee in downtown Hay Springs is your full-service coffee shop, offering lattes, cappuccinos, smoothies, and a whole lot more. They're open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and they're located just north of Mac's Restaurant in downtown Hay Springs. And Security First Bank in Hay Springs is your hometown bank. proudly supporting the Hawks. They're FDIC insured and an equal opportunity lender. That's the Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on. So just about ready for second set action between the Rams and the Hawks. It's homecoming here in Hayes Springs, and certainly very glad to have you along with us. We'll update our scoreboard for you and do one last minute lineup check and be ready for more action. And now some confusion with the down ref. She's got it straightened out now. Well, we think she's got it straightened out. Yep, we are ready for action. And here we go. Sydney Telestis serving it up for the Hayes Springs Hawks here on homecoming as they trail 1-0. There's a drive by Brittany Lemon, but that one's wide of the mark. And Hayes Springs out to the 1-0 lead. On the floor for the Hawks to start this second set. Telestis, Kate Roberts. Let's see if we can't get everybody to you here as we go. Tana Badge in there as she fields that drive. And that one knocked out of bounds as Sydney Telestis came sliding in. Emma Roberts and Sierra McCants along with Jen Sherbarth rounded out for the Hawks on the floor to start this second set. We're tied at 1 after the miscue by the Hawks. And Paige Parkins in to serve for the Rams, and she puts that one into the net. It's a 2-1 Hayes Springs lead. So Hayes Springs gave Crawford all they could handle in that first set, trying to get over the top here in this second one. They lead 2-1. Hanks sets it up for Rudloff, catches the tape and drops it in just down the line in front of the net. We are tied at 2. And when Rudloff gets going in that front row, look out because she can really bring it. And there's an ace serve that time. It's now 3-2. Kate Roberts with the dig. Sydney Telestis. Now Jen Sherbarth sends that one over. Jen Sherbarth with a tough pass right at the net. And Sydney Telestis can't do anything with that. It's 4-2 Crawford. So like we said earlier, this Crawford team comes in with only 4 losses on the season, and all 4 of those are to Class C teams. They're a very, very good outfit. And Allie Kleinlein hits that one in the net. Hawks back within 1 at 4-3. Sierra McCants now back to serve for the Hawks. And Rudloff off the block of Kate Roberts and down to the floor. It's 5-3 now. As Braylee Welling comes in to serve it up for the Rams. She'll come in to replace Kleinlein. Telestis sends that high. Kate Roberts in the middle and knocks it down. Found the open spot on the floor. It's a 5-4 1-point Crawford Ram lead. And Emma Roberts now back to serve. Now Kleinlein right back into the game. And Welling out for the Rams. So Emma Roberts on the serve. And that's an ace serve by Emma Roberts. The Rams not able to handle it. And we are tied at 5. And that serve is long by the freshman. 6-5, 1-point lead as Caitlin Rudloff steps back to serve for the Rams. Rams by 1. Roberts sets it up for Telestis. Sends that one over and finds the floor with it. Tied at 6. caught it with the palm of her hand, had some topspin on it. That thing dove over and caught the Rams off guard. Tied at 6, and Tana Badge serves it up. Jen Sherbarth from the left side. Good dig that time by Rudloff. And we got a lift called on the Rams. Point for the Hawks. They now lead by 1. It's 7-6. In the middle, that I believe that was Lemon on the attack, but the Hawks gather it up and send it back over. Crawford back to work. It falls in between everybody. Communication troubles for the Rams that time. It's now a 2-point Hay Springs lead at 8-6. Badge with another good serve. Lemon from the left side, and she puts that one right to the floor. It's now 8-7. Hay Springs by 1. Lacey Litka now to serve for the Rams. And Tana Badge fielded that, probably should have let it go. It was pretty deep, but either way, we are tied at 8. Kate Roberts gets that one over. Litka sets it up. That's Kaylin Nadella from the left side. Good dig that time by McCants. Nadella again, she'll tip it this time. And Emma Roberts trying to stay out of the net. Pops it back a little bit too far. And it's now a 1-point lead for the Rams as they've got the lead 9-8 now. Kate Roberts just barely got enough of that on the off-balance shot, but Crawford recovers, sends it back over. Jancic in the middle for Kate Roberts. That one is wide. It's now a 2-point lead for the Rams at 10-8. So Sydney Jancic back in the game. She replaces Emma Roberts. Jancic sets it up for Jen Sherbarth, left side. And the tip that time by Kate Roberts is out of bounds. Trying to find that open spot. 11-8 Crawford now. And the Hawks can't deal with that one. It's now 12-8. And Roberts in the net that time. It's now 13-8. It's a 5-point Crawford lead. Lacey Litka's served a bunch in a row here. And another pass in a tough spot. Hawks can't handle it, and Hay Springs gonna call a timeout. Here in the second set, Hawks trail 1-0. It's 14-8 Crawford. The Sandhills, the rolling hills, the open range, the freedom. At Sandhills State Bank, we believe in banking with freedom too. That's why we created the new Tumbleweed account. Now you can enjoy all the freedom and conveniences of online banking, including online bill pay and electronic statements without any hassles or restrictions. The Tumbleweed account from Sandhills State Bank. Enjoy banking wherever the wind takes you. Learn more by visiting with your local Sandhills banker or visit us at sandhillsstate.com today. Member FDIC. So we are in the second set. Hawks trail 14-8. Lacey Litka with the serve. McCants gets it up to Telestis. Close to the net. Kate Roberts wins the joust at the net, and Hay Springs breaks the streak. It's now 14-9, but now the Hawks trail by 5. Kate Roberts will step back to serve for Hay Springs. And she serves it long. It's now 15-9 and back to a 6-point advantage as Kaylin Nadella steps back to serve for Crawford. And Nadella's serve is long, so both teams trading service errors here. 15-10, Hay Springs trails by 5, and Sydney Telustis back to serve for the Hawks. And there's a miss hit that time by Brittany Lemon, off balance, and she can't get it over. It's 15-11, 4-point Ram advantage. Brittany Lemon off of Telustis and out, 16-11. The Rams extend that lead back to 5. That one is long, 16-12. Hay Springs back within 4. Jen Sherbarth ready to serve. Hanks sets it up, Rudloff, and she is in the net. Lead is cut to 3, 16-13. Good block by McCants that time. Jancic sends that one over and give her a kill. First kill on the night for Sydney Jancic. Sent that one off the defender and clear to the back wall. Hay Springs Hawks back within 2, 16-14. Jen Sherbarth, not a good toss that time, and in the net, 17-14. The lead is 3 as Haley Hanks back to serve for the Rams. And Telustis can't quite play that pass out of the net. Lead is back to 4, 18-14. And that one is on the line. Ace serve for Haley Hanks. Dropped that one in just on the line. 19-14, that lead is 5. Now Whitney Hiding will come in and she'll take the place of Tana Badge. Hanks sends it to Hiding. Jancic pops it up. McCants in the middle. Bad timing in the net, 20-14. And another ace for Hanks. Hanks with a nice run of serves here, 21-14. It's a 7-point advantage as we head to the later stages of this second set. Crawford already holds a 1-0 advantage. McCants sets it up. Jancic sends it over. In the middle for Rudloff with the tip. And Telustis couldn't quite get to it, 22-14. And Jen Sherbarth sends that one out of bounds on the return, 23-14. Crawford getting it together now. A little out of joint in that first set. McCants. Rudloff in the middle, blocked by McCants that time, and down, 23-15, and McCants will step back to serve for the Hawks. Roberts in the middle, off the blocker and down. Nadella can't handle it. Another Hay Springs point. It's 23-16. Nadella, or excuse me, that's Lemon, tried to set that serve, didn't work. 23-17. Hawks not going to go away easily. Back within 6. Hanks sets it in the middle for Rudloff. Blocked by Kate Roberts. Knocks it down, 23-18. It's a 5-point lead. Crawford coach has seen enough. She's going to call a timeout. Hay Springs back within 5 here in the second set, 23-18. serving the greater Sandhills with locations in Hay Springs, Harrison, and Alliance. Locally owned, locally focused, the Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking. Sandhillsstate.com, member FDIC. And Farm Bureau Financial Services agents Ted and Rhonda Basagio, they protect your future and livelihood. They have offices in Gordon, Hay Springs, and Alliance. Give them a call at 638-4566. So a 5-point game, 23-18. Not much room for error for these Hay Springs Hawks. Sierra McCants puts it into play. Hanks sets it up. Litka. Hawks are there to block it. And McCants and Kate Roberts came together, couldn't decide who was going to take it. Now we've got set point as Welling comes in to serve for Kleinlein. 24-18, set point for the Crawford Rams. And that one's knocked down in the middle by Rudloff, and Crawford closes out the second set, 25-18. So Crawford takes the 2-0 advantage. We'll step aside for a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Kim Marlatt and Brian Felker at Physical Therapy West in Gordon have over 30 years of combined experience in providing physical therapy and sports medicine services. Contact PT West for care following injury, sprains, fractures, or treatment of joint, muscle, and back pain. PT West provides individualized rehabilitation following joint replacement, surgery, or stroke. Don't suffer. Don't live with pain, and get back to the activities you enjoy. Call PT West at 308-282-0203 or stop by with questions at 100 South Main in Gordon.
Smart farmers see beyond their fields. They see what quality grain and production does for their bottom lines, how it impacts economic development, and the well-being of people in their local communities and around the world. We're committed, along with our dealers, to innovation and service to help you get the job done right.
Get the smartest value of the season at the Value Bonanza sales event. Visit your authorized dealer today.
At Sandhills State Bank, we didn't set out to build something new. We just wanted to create a bank that was a good fit for our communities. Locally owned by families who wanted to invest in their hometowns, we do what's best for the people and places we love. For instance, right now you can get 0.75 APY on a 6-month CD when you open a new checking account. Just our way of saying thank you. Sandhills State Bank with full-service branch locations in Hay Springs, Harrison, and Alliance. Visit sandhillsstate.com, member FDIC. And we are underway. McCants loses the joust at the net. Rudloff knocks that one down, and for the first time tonight, Crawford with the 1-0 lead. Brittany Lemon on the serve. Good serve. Dug out by Jancic. Jancic sends that one across. Rudloff with a tip again. Jen Scherbarth on the attack, but blocked back by the Rams, and it's a quick 2-0 Ram lead. So Crawford with a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 match this evening. Glad to have you along with us, and make sure you stay tuned for football action as the Hay Springs Hawks will be hosting the Crawford Rams. Parents' Night action getting underway at 7 o'clock this evening. You will have to back out and click on the football link. Won't be able to keep this particular link going, as that's a Hay Springs point. 4 hits on the Rams. Hawks on the board, 2-1. And Whitney Hiding back to serve for the Hay Springs Hawks. Kleinlein sends it over. Hiding to McCants. Her tip is blocked. Jancic there to clean it up and send it across. Rudloff in the middle. She's in the net, or she's not in the net. The ball is. Either way, it doesn't make it across. We're tied at 2. Whitney Hiding will serve it up again for the Hawks. Nadella sends it across. Kate Roberts. Whitney Hiding to McCants in the middle. Off the block of Rudloff. Now they'll set it for Kleinlein left side. jousts at the net, and Rudloff wins that one easily, knocks it down for a 3-2 Crawford lead. Haley Hanks back to serve for the Rams. Sydney Jancic, and she got too much of that one, knew it as soon as she hit it. It's 4-2 Crawford. That one's in the net, 4-3. Jen Sherbarth to serve. Kleinlein sends it over for the Rams. Back and forth action. Hiding, sets it up for Jancic. In the net. Crawford point, it's 5-3. Braylee Welling comes in, Kleinlein out. Welling will serve. And Badge can't return that one, it's out of bounds. And another Crawford point, it's 6-3. Whitney Hiding slaps it across. McCants, quick hands at the net, but sent back over by the Rams. McCants in the middle. Off the tape and down. Another kill for McCants in the middle. It's 6-4. Kleinlein in and Welling out. Sierra McCants to serve. Hawks trail 6-4. Nadella left side, dug out by McCants. Hiding, sets it up for Tana Badge. Rudloff with the tip in the middle. They set it up for Badge again. Off the blocker, but Hanks is there. Nadella in the net. Hay Springs point, back within one, 6-5. Rudloff, somehow the Hay Springs Hawks able to get that one back across. Rudloff in the middle again, off the blocker, and the Hawks can't field that one. It's now 7-5 Crawford. Caitlin Rudloff back to serve for the Rams. Badge sends it across. They'll set it up in the middle for Brittany Lemon, but dug out by Jancic. They'll set Jancic from the right side. Off the block, pop back up, and sent back to the Hay Springs side. Hiding, not a good set that time as Roberts can't keep herself on the right side of the court under the net as she tried to attack that ball. It's now 8-5. Hawks trail by 3. Jancic in the middle for Kate Roberts. Couldn't get there in time. And it's now 9-5. Roberts just out of sync. Can't seem to get where she needs to be to get to the ball in time to send that thing over. It's now 10-5. High for McCants, blocked. She sends it back again. Nadella left side. That attack might have been long, but fielded by Jen Sherbarth. Whitney Hiding sends it across. Brittany Lemon, and she gets the kill, puts it down 11-5. Hiding in the middle for Roberts. That one's blocked back across by Brittany Lemon. They'll set Roberts again, and she'll attack it wide. Another Crawford point. It's 12-5, and Hay Springs coach Kylie Hiding wants a timeout. Here in the third set, it's Crawford 12 and Hay Springs 5. Farm Bureau Financial Services offer home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance. Ted and Rhonda Basagio have offices in Gordon, Hay Springs, and Alliance. Give them a call at 638-4566. And the Monster Brew Coffee Shop in downtown Hay Springs is your full-service coffee shop. They offer lattes, cappuccinos, smoothies, and a whole lot more stuff you can't spell. They're open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and they're located just north of Mac's Restaurant in beautiful downtown Hay Springs. Third set, 12-5 lead for the Crawford Rams. And Caitlin Rudloff with the serve. Hay Springs Hawks in a 2-0 hole. They need to win this set to stay alive. Badge, off balance shot, goes into the net. 13-5, the lead has grown to 8. And finally, Rudloff puts one into the net. Had a good string of serves. 13-6. And Sydney Jancic back to serve for the Hawks. Hanks sets it for Nadella. Sherbarth up to Jancic. She'll set it for Hiding. Dug out by Kleinlein. And Nadella across, finds a hole in the middle of the Hay Springs defense and puts it to the floor. It's 14-6. Now Lacey Litka back for the Rams. And Whitney Hiding could, now they're going to call a net violation on the Rams. Whitney Hiding going up for that ball, but I think it was Haley Hanks that beat her to the punch, and she was in the net. Net violation, 14-7, as now Tana Badge puts that serve into the net, and it's 15-7. Kaylin Nadella now to serve for Crawford. Hiding, McCants. Hanks sets it in the middle for Lemon. Her tip dug out by McCants. Jancic for Jen Sherbarth off the block and dug out by Nadella. They'll set it up for Kleinlein. Her drive off the block and dug out by the Hawks. Whitney Hiding pops it over. They'll set it for Brittany Lemon in the middle. Good defense by both sides here as Whitney Hiding's attack is wide. 16-7. Nadella with the serve. Kate Roberts sends that one across. And Nadella just too easy and stuck it right in the net. 16-8. Kate Roberts serves. Litka sends it across for Kleinlein. They'll set it up for Jen Sherbarth. That's off of Litka and out of bounds. 16-9. A little slow on the camera there, I apologize. 16-9, Kate Roberts to serve for the Hawks. Brittany Lemon, off speed shot, falls right in front of Kate Roberts. It's 17-9. Again, a reminder, we will be bringing you football action at 7 o'clock. Tune in a little bit ahead of time. Parents' night is tonight. You will have to click on a different link. You'll have to back out of this broadcast and click the Hay Springs football link in order to access that. We'll do our level best to hustle from the gym over to the football field, get set up and ready for that broadcast. 17-10, they set it up. Kleinlein tips it across in the net. Jen Sherbarth sends it across. And there's Caitlin Rudloff. We haven't seen that a lot for her tonight. When she gets going, she can hammer that ball, send it to the floor in a hurry, but we haven't seen a lot of that this evening. 18-10 now, and Haley Hanks with the serve. And that's an ace serve as Roberts can't handle it. It's 19-10. glad to have you with us here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Hawk Volleyball 2014 as Jancic tips that one across. They'll set it up, and that one is long. They'll say no touch as Kleinlein got too much of it. It's 19-11, and Jen Scherbarth will serve. In the middle for Rudloff. Off the block, into the net, dug out well. Jancic with the attack. Litka blocked at the net by Badge. Blocked again. Jancic in the middle for McCants. Tipped back, blocked by Rudloff. And it's 20-11. Braylee Welling coming in to serve in the place of Allie Kleinlein. Badge's attack is long, 21-11. It's a 10-point lead. And things slipping away from the Hawks here in this third set. Homecoming night here in Hay Springs. Glad to have you with us. Lots more homecoming activities as that ace falls in front of Kate Roberts. And now Paige Parkins will come in, and she'll take the place of Caitlin Rudloff in the front row. McCants in the middle. And Lacey Litka tried to get fancy with that and flipped that one backwards over her head. Didn't make good contact with it. It's 22-12 as Kleinlein comes back in and Welling takes a seat. McCants with the serve. Nadella sends it across. Whitney Hiding in the middle for Kate Roberts. Paige Parkins misfires that time, and it's 22-13. Nadella from the left side. Her attack on the back line. That's a good shot. 23-13. And now Parkins will serve. Good dig by Hiding that time. Hiding tips it across. Nadella left side in the net. Can't get it across. 23-14. Sydney Jancic back to serve. Brittany Lemon on the attack. A back line again, 24-14. And that'll bring up match point as Lacey Litka steps back to serve it up for the Crawford Rams. 24-14, match point. Roberts off the blocker. Litka sets it up for Nadella. And down off the block of Badge. And they take the third set, 25-14. And Crawford wins the match by scores of 25-23, 25-18, and 25-14 here on homecoming night from Hay Springs. Thanks very much for tuning in for volleyball action. We're going to cut this pretty short as we got to head for the football field. 7 o'clock start for family night and varsity football action between the Hawks and the Crawford Rams. Tune in, back out of your browser, and give us a few minutes to get reset. Click on the football link, Hay Springs versus Crawford, and tune in for football action. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you in just a few minutes.